Hi, game changers. Good morning. I'm coming in a little bit late today because of technology challenges, but I'm glad that I am here. And if you are watching this, give me a shout and let me know where you are watching this from. So just comment below this in the comment section and share where you are actually calling from. So I am calling or doing this session from Maung, where I'm going to be in for the next 2 weeks, which is the beauty of really, being able to work virtually, so you can work from wherever you are. And if you are a part of my community and you have been following, you are aware that Wednesday, at 10 a.m., this is where I come here and talk to you and share with you leadership principles that will help you improve your effectiveness and improve, how you lead other people. Thank you, Semakalem from Gaborone. Great to have you here. And if you are new and you are just tuning in and catching me here on a Wednesday, know that I go live every Wednesday at 10 a.m., on my public page, on my business page, and on my special group that I facilitate, and talk about leadership and how improving your leadership can actually, improve your level of success, improve your effectiveness, and help you build your dream, whether it's an organization, whether it's a business, whether it's a project that you are working on, and how the leadership builds into our day-to-day lives. Because sometimes we tend to assume that leadership is just something to do with a position that you hold at work, whereas it is very vital in how you do things and in how you achieve the things that you want in your life. So today, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about one thing, reveal one thing that, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, that you can do, to improve your effectiveness, and why, if you fail to do it, is going to hold you back, in terms of growing your business, in terms of growing your team, or just bringing your dream to life. Hi, Marang, how are you? Good to see you here. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today. And this takes me back to, how many years back? This is 27 years back when I started this journey, of personal development and leadership development. I had quit my job, as a lecturer at the University of Botswana to start a business. And I was many years into my business, but it was actually growing. I was operating a retail store back then. It had a takeaway restaurant, it had a butchery, and the general bulk of that general dealer store. And it grew so fast that eventually I couldn't really cope. I couldn't really manage what was going on. And at one point I thought, you know what, maybe this is not what I was meant to do. I felt like quitting. So that was 2013. And back then, I volunteered my time in prison ministry. So I would go to prison, I would go teach the word, to prisoners. And I kept on doing it. And I realized that, something was going on because they kept on coming back. But I looked back and said, guess, you know what? I don't really know what I am doing. I'm going here every day and I'm speaking to these people. I'm winging it. I think there could be a better way of doing it. So I started really following other people in ministries, who were speaking to people. And I came across an organization in the US. It's called Proverbs 31. So, hi, Wedu, how are you? So I started following Proverbs 31, and they had a conference called She Speaks. It mainly helped to teach, people how to speak the word of God, how to write it, and how to really facilitate change from from the word of God perspective. So that caught my attention, and over the years I kept on saying, I want to go and attend She Speaks. I want to go and attend She Speaks. And it was in the US, in North Carolina. So in 2013, I could afford to go to the US and attend this conference, She Speaks. So that's where I met, amazing women. And one of the women that I met there is called Melissa Nixon, is the one who really wanted to know why I'm there. And I said, no, I'm here because I do prison ministry and I don't know what I'm doing. So I just want to come and learn how best I can impact, my knowledge and experience with these, prisoners. And Melissa was surprised that I was there just to do this, because everyone who was there was, either they had a ministry or they were actually sponsored to go there and learn how to communicate better and how to use the word of God, to bring about transformation and change. And that's when Melissa said, you can actually use this, as a business, or you can use this to develop yourself if you join the right organization. To cut the long story short, that's when Melissa shared with me the opportunity of joining the John Maxwell team. And that is when I started exploring it. So that was 2013. When I got back in Botswana, I actually sent an inquiry to them and I joined and certified in 2014. But one of the things that really struck me when I joined the John Maxwell's team was, John Maxwell's book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Back then, that is what they used to actually like kind of induct us into leadership. So they took us through that whole book. It has 21 different laws, and I actually just embarked in studying that book and into applying it. And because I ran a business, I actually had a team. I think I was in a better position to actually learn and apply what I was learning, rather than if I was just maybe reading and then staying at home and spinning all the content in my head. So I could see it come live. I could see how it would benefit others if I implemented it. I could see how it benefited myself, in the first place. So really, when I started looking at the 21 leadership, 21 laws of leadership, I realized that I had a lot of, leadership deficiencies. So the reason why I was struggling to run this business and a team of about 15 people, it was because I didn't know how to lead. I didn't know how to lead at all. I was experienced as a biologist. I had a first degree in ecology. I had an MSc in botany, but I was clueless when it comes to leadership. So what I'm going to be doing in this next series, I'm going to share with you, some of these leadership laws that John Maxwell shared in the 21 laws of leadership. But I'll share them, and I'll also bring in, my experience in them, and I'll challenge you to apply them, in your life, apply them in your organization, apply them in your business, and see what will really turn out, what will come out of, that implementation that you are going to take. Because most of the time we just read, we acquire knowledge, but we never apply it. That is why they say that the biggest gap in the world is the gap between knowing and doing, because we know so much, but we are only implement, a little bit of what we know. If that's all we are implementing. For most of us, we are not actually even implementing what we know. So today I'm going to just reveal one of those laws of leadership, and that is the law of the lead. So today I'm going to talk about the law of the lead and what it really means. And what the law of the lead means in very simple terms is that how well you lead determines how well you succeed. How well you lead determines how well you succeed. Very, very simple. Whether you are leading yourself, whether you are leading your team, whether you are leading your business, but how well you lead determines how you will actually succeed. So this was really the game changer for me, that I realized that I was actually, clueless when it comes to leadership. And when I heard John Maxwell saying that everything rises and falls on leadership, I realized that if everything rests and falls on leadership, but I am clueless when it comes to leadership, all I knew was the sciences, was biology, was plant sciences. Then I realized that I really need to improve my leadership. I need to learn how to improve my leadership. So when I talk about the law of the lead, sometimes it's important, it becomes easier when one illustrates it. So I'm going to illustrate what the law of the lead really means. So I'm going to use my hand to illustrate that. So if this hand represents my leadership lead, this is represent my leadership lead. This is how well I lead. And then this hand represents my dream. It represents my business. It represents my, my team. So what I know about the leadership lead is that, is that my team, my dream and my business will always come under, my lead. So my dream, my team, my business, my organization will always come under my lead. So actually it means that, they will never go above or higher than my leadership lead. So if I want this to improve, if I want to build my dream, to bring it to reality, if I want to improve my team, if I want to grow my business, it means I need to start by, raising my leadership lead, improving the way that I lead. So this is really, a profile when you look at it, that no matter how much you are going to try to improve your team, to grow your business, to improve your sales and everything else, as long as you are not improving your leadership ability, you are not raising your lead, it means you are going to be fighting a losing battle, because all of these things are going to keep on hitting the lead. Your team, you're going to push them, they're going to hit your lead. The business is going to hit your lead. Your dream, you are going to hold the dream. But when you start improving your leadership ability, everything below is going to also, improve. So if I have to use another illustration using a number, let's say my leadership ability from a scale of 1 to 10 is a 5. It means that my team, my business, my company, my dream can only become a 4. It will never exceed this 5, because the 5, my leadership ability, is the lead that's actually limiting it. So it's my team, my business, everything is going to be at a 4 if I'm a 5. If I become a 6, if I raise my leadership lead to a 6, it means my team, my business, everything will rise to actually a 5. So that is really how it is, because you are not going to grow a business that is going to grow beyond yourself, the leader, beyond yourself, as a team leader. So that is why it's so important, because, my leadership lead is actually the lead on my potential. So if you raise your leadership lead, it means you raise your potential. You can tap more into your potential when you are actually, doing that. So really, for me, this was my aha moment, when I started, investing in personal development and leadership. I learned that actually my leadership ability is going to determine the level of success, my success, the level of the success of my team, the level of success of the dream that I hold, the dream that I actually want to bring it to life. And when this occurred to me, I realized that it's not only me. I realized that me, you and me, we all have these leads in our lives. We have these leadership leads that are limiting our potential, that are limiting the level of success that we can actually achieve. But also the good news was that, you can actually learn, this law and apply it and implement it and actually improve, your level of effectiveness, and then set free your team, improve their level of effectiveness as well, because as you go up, they are also able to rise and go up. So I think the biggest, awareness that I want you to get here is that whatever your lead is, as a leader, it will not only hold you back, but it's going to hold back, your team, is going to hold your company back, and eventually it's also going to hold your dream back. So that is really how it comes into play. So whether you are leading an organization, whether you have a position that you hold, as long as you have a dream, as long as you have a business, as long as you have a team, it means that you are actually playing a very important role in how far that team or how far your business can grow. But the key or the starting point is you realizing that you have that lead, you have that limit, you have limited ability in terms of leadership, and knowing that if you invest in developing your leadership ability, it means you are enabling, your team to also grow, you are enabling your business to also grow, and you are really creating a conducive environment for you to live your dream and bring it to life. So that is really the aha moment that came for me. And I know that if you are here watching this can also make an impact in your life. You can start looking at your leadership ability. And I know that when you don't even know what leadership is, you may be thinking, Hannah, I hear you, I hear you, but how can I know that I have a leadership lead? And how can I know, or how can I actually improve that leadership lead? And that is what most of us lack. It takes you investing in yourself so that you can start developing your leadership ability and taking it to the next level. So if you are watching and you are interested, I'm gonna host a series of lunch and learns where I can unpack this more for you and then share with you the next step of what can you do, whether you can join a mastermind or whether you can attend a leadership workshop where you can start on building those foundational skills of leadership that are in your life. And this is the next step that you could actually take. I think some people have joined us. Thank you. Let me acknowledge. I can see Malifika here. Thank you. Hi, Robert, my friend and my pastor. I can see you there. Hi, Ben, my brother there. Hi, Diako, one of my inspirations in Diako. Always I read his status in his phone, and it's very inspiring. So thank you for being here. So anyway, what I wanted to share is if you are interested in really learning more and seeing how you can start improving your leadership ability and raise your leadership lead, you can just comment there with lunch and learn. So when I offer the lunch and learn, I'll send you an invite so that you can spend 45 minutes during lunch in one of these Wednesdays and talk about your leadership skills. How are they right now? Give you a simple tool to assess your leadership skills and then take it from there to see what do you need to improve and what do you need to actually grow. So I hope that these sessions will make a difference in your life, and I hope you enjoy it and you look forward to joining me here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. where we are going to speak about leadership, share leadership tips that you can implement both in your personal life and in your organization. And I know that this will really bring an impact. If you have a team, the best thing is to share this with your team. When I started investing in leadership, I took my entire team on board. And by the way, I was running a supermarket with most of the employees were either Form 3 leavers or they were Form 5s. But I never said they cannot study leadership. So I took them on board. Every leadership training that I did, every leadership workshop that I did, they attended. And if you look at them today, you won't recognize them if you knew them back then. The kind of growth that they had experienced, the confidence that they have built, the communication skills that they have built, just because I made sure that they stay in the midst and I make sure that I grow with them. I'm not only developing myself as their leader, but I'm also giving them an opportunity to grow, to learn and grow and implement whatever that I was actually sharing with them. So I look forward to seeing you in these sessions. And if you want to take the next step, you want to see how can you actually improve your leadership, you can just type below lunch and learn. It's a complimentary 45-minute session that I will do during lunch hour. So even if you are at work, you can take your lunch and you can come. And because it's virtual, we're going to be doing it via Zoom. So you don't need to even leave your place and say you are traveling to attend it. So you can attend it at the comfort of your home, wherever you are in the world. So I look forward to seeing you in this session. Thank you very much for attending.